All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of The Wall That Heals. I am honored and privileged to be your masters of ceremony today. My name is Al Villarreal, and I am the Laredo VFW Post 9194 Quartermaster. And now I ask for all of you to please rise and remain standing for the invocation that will be given by Sergeant Agredano, Vietnam veteran and former city councilman.
Thank you, Mr. Adam. Uncover, please. This is a prayer for all veterans. Oh God, great and almighty Creator, we thank you and praise you for the freedoms we enjoy in our country and pray that our liberties will continue to be protected. Thank you for America's heroes that have fought for our freedoms and who have faithfully served our country. We honor all our veterans for their sacrifice and for their courage and integrity. As we celebrate these freedoms, we ask your blessings on those veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice while defending our country. Bless their families and comfort them with the thankfulness prayers of our grateful nation. We thank you, our veterans, past and present, to the efforts of these individuals help us continue to promote justice in all nations. Amen.
And now will you remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem that will be conducted by Ed Gonzalez, Navy veteran.
You all will join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Mark time. March. Color guard. Halt. Right. Face. Reset. Gunners. Whoa, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly screaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Of the land of the free and the home of the of the brave. Order, color, right, face.
Now will you all be seated? I want to thank the Alexander High School, who's under the leadership of Villarreal. Thank you for being here and presenting the colors. I also want to thank Councilwoman Alyssa Figueroa for being here as well. And also we have Ms. Lupita Cepeda from the Office of the State Representative, Don McLaughlin. Thank you. And now for our first speaker, please come up. And this will be given by Alyssa Figueroa.
Good afternoon. As our time with the wall that heals comes to a close, we gather here in reverence, in remembrance, and with love. For the past few days, this sacred wall has stood here as a living testament to the sacrifices made by more than 58,000 service members whose names are etched into its surface. It has reminded us not just of lives lost, but of stories lived, of sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, friends and neighbors who answered the call of duty in Vietnam and never returned home. The Wall That Heals has also done something powerful in our community. It brought us together. We came as strangers, neighbors, veterans, and children. We came with our own memories, our own grief, our own questions, and we leave with a shared sense of connection, healing, and purpose. We've seen families trace names, we've heard stories that have been buried in silence for decades, finally spoken out loud. We've watched younger generations learn not just about war, but about honor, courage, and the cost of freedom. To our Vietnam veterans who are here with us, welcome home. It is never too late to say the words that should have been said long ago. Thank you for your service, for your sacrifice, and for your enduring strength. To the volunteers, organizers, and community members who made this week possible, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've given our city a gift that cannot be measured in days or dollars. You've created a space for healing, reflection, and unity. And to the families of the fallen, your loved ones are not forgotten. Their names may be carved in stone, but they are etched in our hearts forever. As the wall prepares to journey to its next home, let us carry its message with us, that healing is possible, that remembering is sacred, and that community, when it comes together with open hearts, can be a powerful force for hope. Let us continue to honor the legacy of those who served by standing for justice, compassion, and peace in our everyday lives. Let us tell their stories and let us live lives worthy of their sacrifice. Thank you all very much for being here, and may we go forward together in remembrance, in healing, and in unity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Figueroa. And now, will Mr. Jesus Segovia, Vietnam War veteran, member of the American Legion Post 59th, will kindly say a few words.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Very much words spoken by Council Member Figueroa. Today marks the closing of an extraordinary journey as we gather here on the final day of the Wall That Heals. We found ourselves reflecting on the impact this traveling memorial has had on each of us, on our hearts, and our shared history. The Wall That Heals is more than just a replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington. It is a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made by thousands of brave men and women who served in the Vietnam War. For many of us, this wall has been a place of quiet reflection, connection, and of healing. For those who lost a loved one in Vietnam, this wall has been a way to reconnect with their memory, to honor their lives, and to say goodbye once again. To the veterans who have come here to touch the names of the comrades lost in war. This wall has provided a space to remember, to grieve, and perhaps to find peace. We recognize that healing comes in many forms. For some, in our hearts. Oh my God! Wait a minute. Before the names. Okay. Throughout our journey, we have seen a powerful connection between generations. We've watched the younger generations who may not have lived throughout the war learn about its profound impact and understand the bravery and define it. We've seen veterans reach out to one another, sharing stories and providing strength as they always have and always will. On this closing day, we do not say goodbye. Instead, we say thank you. Thank you to the veterans who served, the families who supported them, and to all who came out and stand before this wall. We honor you, we remember you, and we will carry your stories with us always. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Segovia. And now I present you Albert Hernandez, Marine Corps and Texas National Guard veteran.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's an incredible honor to stand here before you today, surrounded by veterans, families, and supporters of this powerful tribute known as the Wall That Heals. This wall and the names etched upon it remind us not only of the sacrifice of the Vietnam generation, but of the unbroken thread of service that runs through every generation of American veterans. I am a veteran of a different era, born shortly after Vietnam, and fortunate to have served during a peacetime. I'm not a combat veteran, and I don't walk the same path of those names engraved here, and as many of the veterans sitting here today. But I carry a deep sense of responsibility to honor those who came before me and to continue serving in new ways beyond military service. Today, I serve in the field of higher education, where I have the privilege of working directly with veterans and their families as they pursue their educational goals. I see every day how service continues not just in the classroom, but in the resilience, the determination, and the leadership that our veterans bring into civilian life. It is a reminder that the mission never truly ends. It just changes form. So today I want to speak not only to our Vietnam veterans, but to all the veterans of every age and every person here who supports them. You are a part of something bigger. Service does not stop when we hang up the uniform. It transforms into mentoring, volunteering, parenting, and community building, into showing up for one another in big and small ways. Let the Wall That Heals be more than a moment of remembrance. Let it be a call to action. Let's lift up our communities. Let's reach out to our fellow veterans. Let's be the role model for the next generation. Whether you serve directly or supported someone who did, your presence and your compassion matters. To the families who carry the memory of a name on this wall, you have our deepest respect. And to all of you who continue, and to all who continue to serve your communities in quiet, powerful ways, thank you. May we honor the legacy of those we lost by living the lives filled with purpose, unity, and service. The wall may be still, but the mission continues moving forward with each of us. Thank you.
And now, will our Parks and Director, Mr. Juan Jose, now Marian Gonzalez.
Oh my. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mary Ann, but my family and my friends, they all call me Bunny. And I have to start off by saying it is a true honor and a privilege to be speaking here before you all at the Wall That Heals. To my understanding, this is the first visit that these walls have taken place in Laredo. What an honor. And for those that may not know, it is 140 panels put together. Over 58,000 men and women's names are inscribed on these walls. And on panel E12, line 56, one of the names that you will read is Rudolfo G. Gonzalez. That's my dad, my forever hero. Now, my dad was born and raised here in Laredo, Texas, and known to many by Rudy. He was one of 7 children, and my dad was great at sports. I really need to say my dad was amazing at sports. He was a 3-point varsity letterman at Martin High School, and rumor be told that he was very popular with the girls. Okay. Now, on November 11th, 1966, my dad was killed in action. This leaving behind his family, his friends, and our community totally devastated. My dad was only 22 years old when this happened. I'm his only child, and I was only 18 months old. And on Friday night, Mr. Segovia had mentioned I have one captured moment, one pictured captured moment with my dad. Now, I was born in Illinois, and I was very tiny. I was so preemie. I was like 4 pounds. He and my tío Wedo, and I have to mention my tío Wedo is Roberto Gonzalez, also from Laredo, Texas, also Vietnam veteran who passed away recently. We honored his name on Friday night. Between the two, both my dad and my tío Wedo, they had gifted me the nickname Bunny. With that being said, I always introduce myself as Marianne, and 99% of the time it's going to be followed with, but my family and my friends, they all call me Bunny. You see, aside from the blood that runs through my veins, my dad giving me that name Bunny is very important, and I'm very proud. When my family and my friends call me Bunny, they're carrying on his wishes. Now, the next picture I have is in 1966, and I'm at his funeral. I mentioned I was born in Illinois. I was born and raised. Now, my heritage is Polish-Mexican, and I was raised by my maternal grandmother, my baba, my babcia, and my mother. I grew up in Illinois. I became a mother of 3 handsome boys, and I'm very blessed to say I have 2 of the most beautiful granddaughters, and I also have 2 amazing, beautiful step-granddaughters. Now, I have to mention Rudy's first grandchild, my oldest son, Tim. When he was a senior in high school, he went to the Youth Forum of Law, which is in Washington, D.C. There he went to the wall and he did a rubbing of his Abuelito's name. Upon his return from that trip, he had gifted me that rubbing. That was the beginning of many trips back and forth to Laredo in Illinois, bringing my children, bringing my friends, and one day soon hoping to call Laredo my home. Well, on November of 2023, I made that bold move. I moved to Laredo to be closer to my roots and to feel a stronger presence of my dad. Now, in the short amount of time that I've been here, I'm trying really hard to learn how to speak Spanish. It's not coming easy, but I'm taking full advantage of what Laredo has to offer as far as their Tex-Mex food. I'm driving the streets of Laredo. These are things my dad did. You see, Laredo was home to my dad, and it is now home to me. I've had the privilege to witness firsthand a few memorials that have taken place, and what an awesome and amazing job Laredo has done in keeping and honoring all our fallen heroes. It's at these events where I've had remarkable conversations with people that were my dad's friends. I got to meet my dad's friends, his classmates, They shared with me stories about my dad. They shared their history about my dad with me, and they also shared what they miss most. During the 58 years, Laredo has honored and kept my dad's memory alive, and I thank Laredo for doing that. And for those 58 years, it's been my tío, Peter Montalvo, and my late tia, Consuelo Chelo Montalvo, that had made presence at all these events and spoke on behalf of my dad. This is my first time speaking on behalf of my dad, and what an honor to be doing it at the Wall That Heals. Now, we will be ending its visit here with us in Laredo. I personally extend my full heartfelt gratitude and express thanks to each and every soldier that is listed. They make the ultimate sacrifice for me, for my children, for my family, for you, our community, and our country. Forever grateful I will be. I also would like to thank the staff and all the volunteers that have put this all together. All your hard work and efforts are truly appreciated. Again, from the bottom of my heart, it's been a pleasure. I thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Now, for Parks and Rec Director, Mr. Juan Jose J.J. Gomez, please come up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I have a written and I have a personal message that I have to say. Okay, so I'm gonna read what I have to say, and then I have a lot of personal things that I have to say because it is emotional as well. And Gonzalez, thank you for. It's hard to follow up to what you just spoken and speaking from the bottom of the heart. I don't know if you just noticed that. I don't know if you noticed, but as you were speaking, there was a white dove that flew just right over us. That's a sign. That's a sign of peace. Yes, ma'am. And 30 about a minute ago. So right over us, right over through that wall, right over you. As we gather here one more time in front of this memorial, we reflect all of the hard work and dedication from the veterans, volunteers, and the city staff. And I'll elaborate here a little bit that we have helped us these past couple of days during the extreme heat and unexpected little cold front that we came in last night. I truly want to thank all the volunteers that here taking turns either keeping guard, guiding guests in the informational tents, or other duties. Their hard work, believe me, did not go unnoticed. We're grateful for the true dedication from staff and everyone else that assisted in coordinating this. And again, I'll elaborate here in just a minute. Thank you for all the sponsors that made this event a reality. We're thankful for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Foundation for giving us the opportunity to experience the Wall That Heals in our community. It was a great honor. We hope to continue bringing these projects to our city and especially honor our veterans. On a personal note, this took a lot of work from staff, city staff, veteran organizations that came together to make this happen. I can be here probably till 5 o'clock in the afternoon by the time I name everyone that had to play in this role. But I'm going to start from my personal experience. I was, we saw what was videos on YouTube about the wall and the history and all that. And I know my staff, and I'll recognize them here in just a minute, along with some other cities of staff, as when you see it on video, when you see what's coming, you really don't, you understand it. But it really hit me when I realized, okay, this is really well worth it. When it came in on Wednesday morning, when we did the parade Wednesday morning, I was at a meeting, and after meeting, and I was trying to get away. So my nearest spot was to go to my old neighborhood there by Martin High School, by Kristen. And I was able to get there, and I was kind of tracking where the trailer was coming and all the motorcycles and all that. So I was able to pull in there and look at it drive through the city of Laredo. As I'm waiting there in front of Martin High School, my old alma mater, I see high school kids, and I kind of picture myself back in 1982. I'm not telling my age how I am now, right? But I graduated in 1982. And I I see high school kids, middle school kids with their flag waving and the ROTC at salute. And that is where it really hit me. Say, wow, we're getting the community, high school kids that probably just read it or watched the video or read some kind of article about Vietnam. And when it really say, okay, you know what? Every minute, every time that we spent to bring this, and I say we as a staff, because I'm just the face of the department, that came that these people were honored the right way, and that our youth and throughout the city recognize our veterans. My dad passed away. He wasn't in the reserve, but he had a lot of friends that were veterans. Really, I see Mr. Tony Martinez here being here in front of me, compadre mi papá, and so it brought back a lot of memories of old friends that he had. So that's when it really hits. Okay, this was what it was worth. Every single meeting that we had, every late hours, and I'm gonna again recognize the staff that helped because they deserve it. That it was worth coming here and doing this ceremony and this honor that we have here. So again, I want to thank everyone. I'm going to have to recognize the staff there so you can, because again, I'm just a face. I'm going to start off with City Councilwoman Cigarroa. She spent here some days overnight, 2 nights. Every morning, she was the one that always make sure in some of the meetings that we attend, and she would recognize, but my hat's off to you, Councilwoman. If we're standing up, please stand up, please. You know, she spent some nights here, a couple of nights, 6 in the morning. Anything we needed, food, everything, to all the department, whatever we needed, count on her. I want to also recognize all the departments, from fire to PD to traffic to public works to keeping Laredo beautiful, Ruby. I mean, this is a team effort. This was a total team effort. The veterans group. There was no way that we could have PIO everybody for the city of Laredo to be honored to have this behind us. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to it. But this is where you know that it's worth the job that you do it. And on the end of the note, I'm going to recognize my staff. Okay. From this on top, my assistant director, Tommy Ramirez, and Anita Stanley, that they grabbed the bull by the horn. And every single meeting, late at night, Anita talking with Washington, D.C., with Kathy, got to know her on a personal note, that we had to talk with them. Tommy, from all the operations you can see here, Nora, Ramiro, I can name it. Guys, please stand up. I got to really recognize you all. Please, come on, stand up. You need to be recognized. Come on. Ramiro, please. Ruby. Making sure the volunteers had food, making sure they had equipment. They just took a lot of work, and I want to thank you guys on behalf of again, I'm just a face, but I have a great staff that we were able to meet them. To all the volunteers also, if I missed a name, please, I want to thank you all for all your cooperation and everything, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the city, on behalf of all our department, it was an honor and a pleasure, all right, to be part of this. Thank you all for being here. We got a cool day. We have not 100 degrees, but we got blessed with a nice little cool day afternoon. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. And now brings us to the conclusion, and I will make it as short as possible. As we stand here today, we reflect not only on the sacrifices made by the brave men and women in uniform, but also on the lessons that we have learned from the Vietnam War. The late President Richard M. Nixon said once, and I quote, "No event in American history is more misunderstood than the Vietnam War. It was misreported then, and it is misremembered now." If Mr. Nixon were alive today, I will tell him that it is not being misreported, nor is it misremembered. We are finally giving honor and respect to all those who served in the Vietnam War, and more importantly, we are memorializing all those brave men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice. The Vietnam War Memorial Wall stands as a powerful symbol of remembrance. Each name etched into that black granite reflects not just a statistic of life, a life full of dreams, loved ones, and stories forever altered by the conflict. As we visit this sacred site, we are reminded of the profound loss felt by families, communities across our nation. The wall invites us to reflect on the individual sacrifices made in the name of duty, ensure that those who served are not forgotten. In memorializing these individuals, we also recognize the families who stood by them, who carried their own burdens and heartaches. Their strength and perseverance deserve our utmost respect. We must continue to support veterans and their families in every way we can, providing them with care and recognition they have long been denied. So I leave you with this. Let us ensure that the legacy of the Vietnam War teaches us the value of service, the importance of respectful dialogue, and the need for healing in a divided world. Together, we honor their memory and the enduring spirit of every service member who answered the call, reminding ourselves that the fight for peace and justice continues. And I thank you all. And this now has concluded our closing ceremony for the Walls That Heal. I want to thank each and everyone that made this possible to finally give recognition to these brave men and women who served during a dark period of time, and also never forget all those 58,000 soldiers, both men and women, that paid the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you.